Hey everybody, it is Trader Girl ATX Michelle coming at you with my end of day update for today, Friday, June 20th, and it was 5:55 p.m. when I started recording. The cool thing about this is just the way the universe worked out is my P.O. box is 55. My storage unit is 555, and one of my LLCs has 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 at the end of the numbers. So I'm all about the fives, and I don't really know what that number means, but that is what the universe has given to me. So anyway, rando entry, just kind of the way my brain works. But let me tell you how today went. Today's stats seem a little bit inflated to me, and I'm not sure how they got to be so high, other than I think they must include my stats from yesterday, which was the Juneteenth holiday. So we only had a half day trading that day. And that would also include the trades I did the evening before after 5 p.m. Central. So for the grand total, it shows a trade count of 271 trades. I ran stats yesterday. My average typical day is 106 trades a day. So this was at least double what I normally do. My win rate was 61.62%, and my profit net on the day was $50,960 in a practice account. So don't start hating on me. Yes, it's very different mentally to be trading in a practice account versus a test account or a funded account or a live account or your own personal margin account. All that said, I am grounded, and that's why I'm in a practice account. I know I have issues that I need to work on regarding my discipline. In particular, what I noticed over the past 2 days since I did start taking notes, like journaling my trades, like at the time I entered, at the time I exit, while it was happening, at least twice today, I exited a winning trade that was a very good winning trade, and I was happy and pleased with myself, and I exited and took profits. And then almost instantly at the time that I exited the trade, the one of my stops, like a stop loss that I had open, got triggered and then assumed a position opposite of what I had just covered. Anyway, what happens is I am in such a good mood because I've just killed it. I had an excellent winning trade that I just go, and I let a trade run, which I didn't ever even intend to put on. It was literally a stop that got triggered after I exited a winning trade. I hope that makes sense to you. The bottom line is it's a trade I didn't even put on or want to put on, but for some dumb, ridiculous reason, I'm overconfident, happy, and I let the trade run because somehow I think it's all going to work out. And that is a fatal flaw, which is being pointed out to me big and bold since I started doing my journaling. So hopefully starting on Monday, I will know that when I put on a trade, exited a trade, and then like a stop isn't cleared immediately and gets hit, instantly, I just need to not even think about it and just exit. Just exit. That's not a trade I put on. Why would I allow it to live? It's almost like I don't want it to die. Like, I will let you live, little trade that I never put on. I will let you have life and go forward and breathe for a little while. And all it does is hurt me. But that happened twice today. And in particular, I know I let those trades run at least 2 hours against me, meaning I would cover at the day low, happy. I just made like a killer, fabulous trade. And then this loser, like that I didn't put on, instantly gets hit, and I let it run a complete reversal. So that would be a nasty little mistake to clean up. to not allow to happen again. I can't remember the name of the man, but it was a man who wrote a book about trading. I think he was like a psychologist or therapist or some kind of a coach. He's not a trader though. I want to say the name Jared Tendler might be his name. And I'm not going to remember because it's been several years since I read his book, but he used to talk about something like an inchworm. And I'm probably going to say it wrong, but props to him. What I think he was trying to teach me in his book was that, let's say I can execute 100 really great, solid, responsible trades in the day. Don't laugh at me, people. But then I could let 2 totally random, stupid, dumb stops that got triggered and just let those run. That can kill and undo all the other good and joy and wonderful things that I do. So if I could just clean up that little mistake on the back end, then it will help make everything inch forward like the little inchworm. And yeah, this probably doesn't make any sense to you if you're not a trader, but whatever. Point is, don't let rando trades run. That's my PSA for today. All that said, though, by the end of the day, by the time I was all done, a net $50,960, even though I let one of those losers run 15 contracts at the end of the day for 2 hours, I still had a net $50,960. So that doesn't suck, right? So there was room in my drawdown to be stupid and tired and lazy this afternoon. I need to not do that. Just not bragging, just being honest. You can watch my live stream. It was over 5 hours, maybe 5.5 hours. You could watch the whole thing and marvel. Anyway, profit factor 24.07, which means my biggest winner was 24 times bigger than my biggest loser. So that's pretty fabulous right there. Recovery factor negative 46.41. Win-loss ratio 3.17. So that means I win 3 times more often than I lose. So I mean, I really don't suck. I really don't. But there's some things to work on to get better. Room for improvement. Max winners in a row was 21. Max losers in a row was 8. And that includes the 2-hour run from the low. Oh, and by the way, the last hour from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time, Jesus, that was horrible. Horrible. I trade a 15-second chart and it failed the 200 moving average on the 15-second chart, and it just went sideways for freaking ever. And I was just waiting for another leg down. Another 100 points is what I was looking for. It never came, y'all. Just held it and held it and held it and refused to let it drop. And you tortured me for an hour going sideways. Okay, it was like 50 minutes, something like that. And that's why that big loser that I took at the big end of the day, I held on to it for as long as I did because it wasn't going against me. It was just going sideways. Rah. Anyway, today I did watch Jay Dunn Trades for a little while. Well, actually, I probably watched him a long time today. While I was live streaming, I had my audio off, so he's not on my recording at all. And I traded with him only once, but I was already in my trade before he exited his trade. I just wanted to shout out to him. Big respect for him because he is very disciplined and he literally only took 3 trades on the day. By the time he had done his 3 trades, I'd already done at least 30, maybe 60, maybe 100. I don't know. A little bit of sarcasm there. But that's it. I'm done talking. Happy Friday. I'm starting a 7-day fast. If you would like to fast with me, let's do it right now. Like, I'm serious. Don't eat anymore. And we'll check back next Friday. Okay? Have a good weekend. Love you. Kisses.